Now let me tell you about a domestic revolution that's going to involve nearly every household in the land one way or another. Now let me tell you about a domestic revolution that's going to involve nearly every household in the land one way or another. The personal computer boom is now in full swing, and it seems as if every home must have one. But did you know that 1.5 million homes already have a computer, and 500,000 more are going to be given one as presents this Christmas? So it may be true, some bright kid could start World War III by playing computer games. Patty Coldwell spent the day at the Your Computer Christmas Fair, which opened today.
Well, if the first morning of the exhibition is anything to go by, you'll be lucky if you get in by the end of the week, because people are literally flooding in. And there are so many youngsters, it's enough to make you feel past it. And if you're anything like me and you're bewildered and frightened by computers, I'm afraid you're just going to have to learn to catch up and to love them. Now, Chris, having sponsored this exhibition, you must be absolutely delighted.
Yes, we certainly are. When you look around and see how many people there are, it looks as if people are going absolutely computer crazy this Christmas.
And it's lots of kids, isn't it?
Yes, a lot of kids, and fortunately, they're coming in and showing tremendous enthusiasm in the products they're seeing here.
So, and the kids are the experts, aren't they?
They are very much so. These days, I think, they probably know a good deal more than their parents about this subject, and they're really showing it because they're very knowledgeable when they talk to the people on the stands and ask about the products.
What do you use your computer for?
Mainly games, but I've started writing a few programs myself, little programs and that.
Have you?
Yeah.
So you're getting a bit bored with the games and going further, are you now?
Yeah.
Now, why would you want one?
Well, lots of games on the market and everything, and it's fun.
So what do you use yours for?
Homework.
Do you?
Sometimes, mostly, yeah.
Yeah. And what about you? Have you got one?
No, I haven't got one, but I'll use them in school because I take computer studies.
So what about you? Have you got one?
No, hopefully Father Christmas bring one down the chimney this year.
Well, I hope he does. Well, whoever's buying the computers, male or female, they are certainly spending a fortune on the software, and especially the games. They're going so well that the retailers have now compiled their very own weekly computer game Top of the Pops. At number 5 on the computer charts, down from 2 last week, it's Kong. Rescue the maiden from the clutches of the ghastly gorilla. Down to this week's number 4, 3D Ant Attack, the first non-sexist computer game. A new entry at number 3, The Pyramid, this week's highest climber. Well, I suppose it had to be. Up 5 places to number 2, Attic Attack. And in the driving seat at number 1, it's Checkered Flag. Nelson Piquet had better watch out. Computers are taking over the world. And if you want to buy Checkered Flag for Christmas, you'll be lucky. We've tried lots of retailers and most of them are sold out. But you know, kids don't just play these games, they invent them. Youngsters all over Britain are busily programming their fantasies and turning them into cash. We've talked to 2 youngsters, would-be millionaires.
14-year-old Conrad Jacobson from Manchester is one of the new generation of computer kids. He got his first computer just over a year ago and soon found out that one just wasn't enough.
Well, I got fed up with writing video games and I decided to write an adventure game. So I decided to set it in a castle. So I went to the library and got a few books on castles, found out the technical details, and then started to write it. And when I'd finished, I thought, well, this is fairly good, and decided to send it away. So I looked through my magazines, saw an advert from Virgin saying they wanted programs, and sent it away. I mean, they offered me £600 to start with and 5% royalties. That's 5% of the profit they make on each game. And they said I expect to make between £2,000 and £5,000.
Adrian Stevens is a maths student at Bristol University. His first computer game, Killer Gorilla, has already earned him around £10,000.
Well, I started writing programs about 4 years ago on a neighbour's computer, which he built himself. I got so interested I decided to buy my own computer, which was an Acorn Atom. I wrote a game, and my friends all seemed to like it quite a lot, so they persuaded me to send it in to a company. Basically, These barrels come down, and I have to either jump them or hit them with this hammer here. I'll probably take it up full time when I leave university. I may start a company or something, or go into it full time.
So if you've got a bright idea, don't sell it cheaply. It could be worth a fortune. Now, a recent survey has shown that 13% of all children would like a computer this Christmas. Now, if every one of them got their wish, that would be 900,000 sales this Christmas alone. This company, Dragon, has a factory down in Wales, which is operating 7 days a week, round the clock, just to try and keep up with demand. But that demand has caused shortages. Some companies haven't even bothered to come to this exhibition because they've simply run out of computers to sell. Why do you think Britain has gone so computer crazy, as you put it?
Well, I think it's a number of factors. One is that we've got some manufacturers who produce some very low-priced, keenly priced products, which are really available to a lot of people, I mean, within their pocket. And the other thing, I think, is that a number of governments, successive governments, have actually made the right decisions about computer education. A lot of children now in schools are learning about computers, and of course it's that enthusiasm that they generate there that one can see here today.
Well, personally, I think the whole thing's getting out of hand. They've now invented a computer that talks to you, and here it is. I think it's only fitting that I should leave the last word to this friendly little piece of computer technology.
A Merry Xmas to all computer users, and now back to the 16-minute video.
Thank you.